Next year, 2014, is being called the year of the boomer because the youngest baby boomers, born in 1964, turned the big 50. AARP, the magazine, marks the occasion by examining the post-World War II generation and how it shaped America. Among the contributors to that article is our guest, satirist, political journalist, and boomer himself, P.J. O'Rourke. P.J., thanks for being here.
Born peak year, 1947.
And proud of it.
Yeah, well, nothing I can do about it.
How would you describe the baby boom generation?
Yeah, self-absorbed is the key thing, but also sort of optimistic and happy and positive. We grew up in this period of incredible economic growth in the United States, very stable period. We had two parents, we didn't always like them, but we had two of them. and we came out of that thinking the world was great, and frankly, it has been.
In the article, you gave a great frame of comparison. You said it's all in the family versus modern family.
Yes.
How is your generation different than the generations that came after?
Well, when you look at Modern Family, what you see is an older guy, kind of confused about the changes in the world, and kind of happily shrugging it off with this young babe of a wife, and a new kid and all this stuff. When you go back and you look at the comparison show with Carol Connor, All in the Family, what you see is a guy about the same age, angry, really ticked, and constantly the butt of the jokes for all of his prejudices and his preconceptions and so on. We don't see that anymore.
There's 76 million boomers. It's interesting because this generation spans 18 years. Former President Bill Clinton, director Steven Spielberg were born in 46. First Lady Michelle Obama and actress Sandra Bullock, for example, born in 64. That's a huge range.
Cher is a baby boomer.
Cher is a baby boomer.
So it's from Cher to Michelle Obama. That's quite a span.
Yeah, I mean, can you lump them all together?
No, you really can't. And of course, I had to because I'm writing a funny book. But it was interesting to me is like the first group, my group. We're right on the edge. But we're also closely tethered to the greatest generation. We're right there. So we end up getting we're at the bow, we're at the stern. We get kind of keel hauled by the whole experience. And if we wind up as sort of investment advisors with a nose ring, with Trotskyite politics trying to start a Tea Party chapter, you got to kind of forgive us. Hillary Clinton belongs to that age cohort. Cheech Marin. Okay, say no more. The next group, they're the younger siblings. They were like a little wackier. They were the ones walking around without shoes in Haight-Ashbury. They eventually found their shoes when they got to Silicon Valley. Never did find their neckties. That's Bill Gates and that's Steve Jobs. Then you have like what I call the sophomore baby boomers, and they're the ones who are going, yeah, I love the sex, drugs, and rock and roll, but what works in general doesn't always work when the bong sets fire to the beanbag chair. So they wrote the preppy handbook. There was kind of a reaction there. And then there are the freshman baby boomers, which would be President Obama, and they're just kind of oblivious to all this. This is just the sea that they were always fishing. And it was like Reverend Wright was the example I give. Reverend Wright saying these amazing things, and he's giving these sermons. And President Obama, as you may remember, when he was a candidate, caught a lot of flack for this.
Right.
But he wasn't even noticing Reverend Wright. But baby boom generation, my age, we've been up on the pews with clenched fists, suggesting go over, break some windows at the University of Chicago. The next generation of baby boomers would have been nodding in stoned agreement and hoping there was a free lunch. The third generation of baby boomers would go, that's, CIA invented AIDS. That's pitching it a little high and inside. I don't know about that. But President Obama, he's back there in the back pew, like texting Rahm Emanuel. Just doesn't notice any of this. Wonderful world.
Well, it really is a fascinating topic. P.J. O'Rourke, thank you so much for joining us.